Hey, welcome back to Wired In Daily. I'm gonna try to make this video short and sweet. I want to dive deeper in what is love and what is lust, and I want to dive deeper in chemistry and character. But if I can't get to it, I'm gonna make a part three. This is already a part two. Before I get into it, I just want to remind everybody that's watching this video, whether it's on a short or even the podcast. Remember, anybody can get married. Anybody can. But not everybody stay married. So choose wisely who you make your wife. Because ultimately, the man chooses the wife. A woman chooses who she sleep with. But the man has the last say in who he chooses to build a life with. Right? So I just wanted to say that before I get into going in deeper in this in the subject of what is love, what is lust, chemistry, and character. So I just want to make a couple points. So what is love? Love is patient, it's sacrificial, it's commitment, it seeks the other person's good, right? Not just personal satisfaction, right? And it's so crazy. Like I always relate relationship with the Bible because God is love. The Bible is a love story and how God chose a people unto himself, right? Chose a people for him, for his glory and his purpose, right? But some of y'all are not into religion, but God and relationship, they all correlate because he is the founder of love. He is the founder of relationship because that's what he wants with with the human race. He desired communion with his creation. But that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother subject to go deeper in that theology, right? But I just want to just relay that God and relationship correlates. And the more we get further away from God, the more destruction in our relationship to one another, it fails, right? So, signs of love. You respect boundaries. You communicate honestly. You grow together. You stay committed during difficult times. A lot of people today, when things get hard, when it comes to relationships, they leave because human love is conditional. Most people don't know what love is because most people in their childhood, they struggle with finding love from their parents and they struggle with abandonment. And all they know is to run away when they get difficult. There's very few that stays in the mud and grow together and become a diamond in the rough, right? But let's go even deeper. Going back to correlating what love is. The Bible talks about this. And I'm going to put it up here. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bear all things, believe all things, hope all things, endure all things. Now, if you read that, just take a moment and think about in the world we live in our culture of love and relationship. Does it represent what First Corinthians 13 verses 4 say? No. In our day and age, love, our version of love is selfish. What can you do for me? How can you benefit me? If God had that same idea, man, we'd be in trouble. It'd be no forgiveness and everybody be doomed. So human love is folly, it's finite. And that's why I spoke about character being over chemistry, because if a person that you meet have a foundation of truth, character follows, right? What you believe in ultimately formulate your character. But I don't want to go ahead and, go to the next question. What is lust? Right? Lust is driven by desire, fantasy, and an immediate gratification. That's what I said in part one, right? It often asks, what can I get instead of how can I serve? And listen, it's not just a man thing of instant gratification. Yeah, it's highlighted because men want sex from the female, but even females have an instant gratification where they want to be catered by a man, and you don't even know the man, but you want a man to pay for your bag, pay for your meal, pay for your bills. You don't even know the man. Going back to what can you do for me because I'm broke right now. I want love, but I want my needs to be met before I even get to the person. Matter of fact, if you find a girl, a woman that's, what can you do for me? Man, that's clear. It's a lot of men that's not men that's willing to pay the bills and, provide for a woman off of just looks because she look good. And then you get mad at, oh, she not a real woman, but you insist on paying her bills and taking her out, knowing that you was driven by lust, right? You was driven by lust, expecting for a different result, whether she a good woman or not. Your whole pursuit has been tainted off just based off the looks. It's been tainted. It's already gonna fail. What's the signs of lust? This is for the women out here. And men too, right? The relationship revolves around physical attraction. Man, she bad. There's a lot of beautiful women out there that man is attracted to, and all the man is attracted to by the looks. Let you get into a car accident, let you get real sick, and you lose that beauty. He out the door. Let's be real. And that's why I get so mad at women that put their beauty on a pedestal, and we know that beauty is not the end all be all, because the girl next door or the girl in another store or the girl in church or your neighbor can possibly look better than you. And the men, when it comes to men, it doesn't take that much to satisfy men. You ignore red flags because of attraction. Women do this all the time. The lust be so strong, but you so attracted to the person in this fantasy, right? That you will ignore the red flags and then reap the repercussions of your own lust. But then blame the man, but you started it because you ignored the red flags. You know what I'm saying? You lose interest when the excitements fade. And that goes for me in my past. Like, it's women that I got what I wanted, and I wasn't even interested no more. That's why I always say it's more than just about your beauty. You want to captivate a man's heart, not his appetite. You feel what I'm saying? There's a difference. Capturing the man's heart requires things that's beyond the surface of beauty. You got to make that man be like, I can't lose you. You are an asset. Not physically, you are an asset because of your character. You are an asset because the person you are. And I want to say this to the women. You could be beautiful and be passed around. We see it all the time with OFs, celebrities. Them celebrities and OFs and models and influencers on Instagram, just know they are being passed around. They look good. And every guy has an appetite for that woman. It's a season with her. You know that saying, it's not your girl, it's your turn? That's what I mean. And the question is, can lust become love? Sometimes this attraction is a healthy part of the relationship, but lasting love usually requires intentional growth, trust, and commitment. Because eventually beauty is going to fade. Eventually, after y'all be intimate with each other, especially from a man perspective, after he conquered a woman, most times men, you lose the interest, you lose the chase, you lose the drive. And then my question for y'all that's watching is, if intimacy disappeared tomorrow, would your relationship survive? If sex go cold turkey in your relationship, would your relationship survive today? Because the reality is, a lot of these relationships that's formulating today is usually stamped on sex. There's couples right now that got married from a one night stand and is struggling because their foundation is built on sex and instant gratification. I want to end the video saying, you can't fool the laws of the land. There are natural laws, spiritual laws, physical laws. And if your relationship was built solely on sex, it will fail. But you can always recover if your aim is to build a foundation of something that will stand. And most of the time, people ignore the fact that God should always be the center of your relationship, because he is the founder of relationship. He's the founder of love. He's the founder of what it means to be committed and faithful even through the hard times. How is it that we can see God through our hard times in a single level, on a personal level, right? But when it comes to relationship, everything goes out the window with God. And that even demonstrate our hypocrisy and our conditional love, because again, we only want God, or we only love God when it's beneficial for us. We treat God as a transactional relationship the same way we treat people around us, or our significant other, or women or men that we are pursuing. The reality is, human is not real. We're not authentic. We let instant gratification be our fuel and why we do what we want to do. But love is not an instant gratification. And I always say this, and women always say body count don't matter, body count this. Listen, something that's preserved, something that's endured, something that stands out and separated from the rest has value towards it. Again, beautiful women can be passed around. And beauty doesn't put a value on you. It's how you carry yourself as a man and a woman. And that's my take. I'm gonna make a part 3 on chemistry. Chemistry and character. We're gonna go deep in that. I'm gonna come with a part 3. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and tell your mama and your daddy and your friends about Wired In. You know what it is, and you know what it ain't. I'll catch you on the next one.
No, you can't see my phone. Acting like you with me, but you did me so wrong. Never say never, but I saw the DMs. Now you tryna play me like I'm dumb. Crying to my minds, but it ain't gon' work. Cause I'm seeing through the lies and I'm seeing through your pride. Saying you was meant to be, but you with another guy. Got me waiting at the door or outside.